So I've got a bit of an off build today, a bit of an off meta build for you today, based around Bakris, stasis, and some arc weapons that people are using a real lot of at the moment. Plug 1, Coldheart, Symmetry, Trinity Goal, things like that. This build all suits them. I'm even running this hothead here. I know this is quite popular at the moment, lasting impression, but anything arc and stasis seem to work. I don't know, it seems to have a real nice little synergy going, stasis and arc together, especially like a lot of the chain reaction stuff and the stasis crystals. Bakris, basically what that does, it replaces your stasis subclass dodge with ability with a longer range, faster moving shift that partially cloaks you during use. That on its own is pretty handy in PvE and PvP, but for PvE you can get out the way really quick of like sword slams, things like that, or anything that's going to do a lot of damage to you. You can sort of get out of the way really quick. Then after shifting, your arc weapons deal increased damage to targets for a short time, so you get an extra 10% on all your arc weapons whenever you dodge. You get something on the bottom left called light shift, so that's going to improve all your arc weapon damage for a period of time. And on top of that, you get an additional 10% for anything that's slowed. So with stasis hunters, you can slow pretty much anything at any time you want with dust field grenades. I'll put the dim link right at the end. I'll show you a few mods now. This is just the intro of the video. I'll show you some gameplay, and then at the end I will show you the full setup. But for now, you just want to be running dust field grenades, Grim Harvest. I'm going to be creating loads of shards with Grim Harvest and also dust field grenades. And I'm also running elemental shards, which is going to enable me to always get Fontamite and high energy fire working together. They're both stacked together. Fontamite, high energy fire, 20% for high energy fire, 25% for Fontamite, and you're also going to get all the nice buffs from Bakris on top of that as well. So I'm going to show you some clips now. The first few clips are based around Coldheart, bit of a unusual choice, but it works pretty nice. Coldheart. This weapon shoots a steady cold fusion powered laser, and then the more you keep it on target, the more damage it does. So you keep aiming, keep it in the same target, the damage is going on. I'm going to dodge with my Bakris, slow the targets as well to get that even extra damage from the Bakris, and then while that's going on, I'm going to be putting a lasting impression in there. Check the clips out, see what you think. So this is the first clip. I'm going to throw my super at Carl. I'm just doing a bit of testing. Dodge to get my Mask of Bakris perk going on, the extra 10% and the extra 10% for slowed and arc damage as well. Coldheart's going on there, doing a load of damage. I've got my chargeable light high energy fire going on. I also tested this in some lost sectors and 1580 wellspring. It's pretty solid, to be honest with you. Arc damage there, like straight onto him. Lasting impression rocket launcher, dodge to get my Bakris perk going. Straight on with the Coldheart. That's going to do damage over time as you stay on target, waiting for that arc explosion to go off from the lasting impression hothead. You'll see me doing this quite a lot in the videos, in the clips, sorry, with the Bakris, dodging quite a lot, and that's just activating my 10% arc damage buff. And that obviously works really nice with Coldheart and the lasting impression rocket launcher. The other little thing I wanted to show you was stasis as well as against anti-barriers. It sort of stops them putting the shield up a little bit as well. I've known this for a long time, I think a few people have, but against barriers you can sometimes get away with not running anti-barrier like so, and that Coldheart's just doing loads of damage because he's slowed as well. Another one, stick my lasting impression rocket launcher into him, and then while that's waiting to detonate, I'm getting some nice damage off the Coldheart as that's doing more damage as the target, as it stays on target. So it's really nice setup, you'll have fun with it, and it's something a little bit different. So again, lasting impression rocket launcher, dodge, put my super on him to activate all my Bakris buffs, and the Coldheart is just doing loads of damage. And then for ad clearance, you really can't beat this sort of build. You'll see in a moment the clip that I'm talking about, or doing loads of damage to him. And I think we get a couple of anti-barriers here, a load of arc shields, throw my super, dodging, and I'm just going to go ham with my Coldheart, get all that nice buff going on. I've got like chargeable light high energy fire going on, clearing ads like easily, barriers, can't really do it while they're in my stasis. This is just some more gameplay of me doing the dodging to get the extra damage. All the extra damage from the slow abilities, his barriers getting rinsed. So yeah, definitely a good setup. I've got some more clips also of other weapons you can run with this sort of setup as well. But basically anything arc, I've just picked out a few. Anything arc, you want a couple of arc weapons and maybe a stasis weapon on there as well, you can mix and match. We've got plenty of different choices. So that's the Coldheart lasting impression, hothead covered. I'm going to show you some more weapons that you can use this setup with also now. So that was the clips of Coldheart and the hothead, both arc weapons. Take advantage of the Bakris, like I said. We've got various different options we can run also. I tend to stick with a stasis primary on a couple of arc weapons in my secondary and my heavy. It works really good with anything that's got chain reaction on arc. Things like Forbearance, Salvage's Salvo. It also works really well with anything that change, like Trinity Ghoul. Symmetry is also really good. I mean, we've got various different options. Anything with Dragonfly, it's all going to benefit from the setup with the stasis weapon boost and the high energy fire working together. It's always going to give you a nice boost to whatever weapon you're using. And obviously your arc weapons are going to benefit hugely from Mask of Bakris. And also don't forget, when you slow enemies you also get an additional 10%. So with that being said, I'm just going to quickly go into the aspects that I'm running and the fragments. I'm running Grim Harvest and Touch of Winter. Grim Harvest is quite important because you need to create as many shards as possible. I'll explain why as we go. The rest of the fragments you can sort of build how you want, to be honest. I tend to run this one, Whisper of Jorans, quite a lot because slowing enemies for a long period of time is going to benefit your Mask of Bakris perk. Slowing enemies, you do extra damage to slowed enemies, so Whisper of Jorans. And then the sort of mod setup, I'm running Elemental Charge. So picking up an Elemental Well is going to make me ×2 charge with light all the time with the amount of shards, which is also going to help me get my high energy fire, my 20% damage buff. I'm also running Font of Might, so every time I pick up an Elemental Well, I'm going to get a 25% damage buff. Like I said, Font of Might, high energy fire stack. I'm also running Elemental Time Dilation because that gives me an extra 3 seconds on my Font of Might, so you get 13 seconds extra on your stasis weapon damage boost. And then Elemental Shards is the one that makes it tick. All the shards that you're creating from your aspects and fragments and your Dustfield Grenade, they're all going to turn to Elemental Wells. So I hope the vid's been good. I'm just going to leave some more clips playing out. Remember, dodge, slow, get the most out of your arc weapons and pick up them shards to get a nice crispy damage bonus. Hope the vid's been good. Take it easy.